students, my name is Dr. Jyoti Prakash, Assistant Professor, Department of Management, School of Management Sciences, Lucknow. In our next topic or today's topic of discussion is managing service promises. It is somehow similar to the concept of promotion that you have studied in your marketing management. Means it is one of the important element of marketing mix and service marketing mix, like product, price, place, promotion, and people, process, and physical evidence. All elements are there, but whatever the things or whatever the element you have offered or you have introduced for customers, that must be known by the customers, or that should be communicated by you as a service provider to the customers, so that they just know about the reality or about the thing that there is a type of service, or there is a service that should be demanded, or that can fulfill our unfulfillment need, in fact. So this particular topic covers the topic of promotion. Promotion simply means the communication or the elements of communication adopted by the service firm in order to communicate the customers as well, because it is very important, whatever the things or whatever the practices or whatever the service you are offering to the customers, that should be known by them as well. So let's start the topic. So before going through or before discussing about the promotion, it is very crucial to understand the gap model of service quality. In my previous videos, I have also explained gap model too, so I am also explaining again gap model. In gap model there are four gaps: gap 1, 2, 3 and 4. Gap 1, the difference between uh, the gap 1 arises because of company not understanding the customer expectation. Gap 2 arises because the company has not designed the standard or the process as per the customer expectation. Gap 3, in the earlier classes we have covered, we have discussed. Gap 3 arises because of non performance or not effective performance of the employees, customers and the persons who are representing the service, in fact. And now today's topic of discussion is all about gap 4. When gap 4 arises, when whatever the things the company is offering, that is not properly communicated to the customers, means it is not known to your external customers, means if they are not knowing about your services or about the things that you are going to offer them, how will they purchase? So it is very crucial, it is very essential for a service organization or for a service provider, that you should give information about the things or about the offerings, about the service that you are offering to them. So specifically, the communication gap arises when the service delivery, or means the service, the level of service or the people that you have hired for delivering the service, that information is not known to your external customers. In that case, gap 4 arises. So these may be the reasons for this particular communication gap. What are those reasons? Like it is all about service delivery and customer external communication to the customers. Like these are the reasons: inadequate management of service promises. Whatever the promises you have made, being a service firm, you have made to your customers, that is not appropriate, that is not adequate, or that is not up to the expectation of the customer. So somehow it this particular gap arises. Elevated customer expectations. Obviously, whatever the message or whatever the tool that you have adopted for communicating the information to the customers, that is not hammering the requirement or the expectation of the customers. In fact, in that case too, this particular gap arises. You are very over promising, means while using the promotional tool, whatever the message you have used, that looks over promising and that does not look realistic in nature, while you have using the tool like advertising and personal selling. In the communication tool, we will have a discussion later in this particular video. And insufficient customer education. Obviously, the customer is not the customer has not taken interest while he or she is watching watching the advertisement of your service. So somehow the customer is lacking in terms of education. They have not obtained the complete information about your services. And the next one is inadequate internal communication. It may also happen that there is a conflictory situation among the employees, or among the employees and the organization, means the organizational objective is different, but they are your employees or your representatives are not able to understand in the same way whatever the expectation of the company is basically. So somehow if there is a confusion or there is a conflictory situation in the organization, so it is also a reason of one of the reason of communication gap. Means if the front face of the organization is not having the complete information that what he or she has to make deliver to the customers, then how a customer will get the complete information. So somehow it is also one of the reason of this particular communication gap. So uh, in order to fulfill or in order to fill the gap, fulfill the communication gap, there are different concepts, and there are also certain problems available in front of the service providers, like today's consumers receive information from a far richer variety of advertising vehicles. Nowadays, we as customers have different options and different alternatives for getting information about the things, about whatever the things that we want. In fact, before going into physical place, before going into the market, we as customers have sources, and we obtain the information earlier before purchasing that particular thing from the market. In fact, so it is also a difficult or a big deal for the company that how they ensure that whatever the sources that the customer is using, that source is delivering the same message as the company wants. In fact, and uh, customers are also interacting with different service organization and their employees every day, and so while interacting with them they are also getting certain information. Means now there is a concept of wall windows shopping. We go to mall, we as customers go to different places, different marketplaces, and just gather information about the things that we want to purchase later. So these are also one of the source, and they become they stand basically a challenge for you as a service provider, that how you handle them, how you control them, that they will deliver or they will communicate the things differently as you want to communicate to the customers. Disseminating a message through multiple channels, so need the receiving the unified messages is also a difficult task or a big deal for the company, that how they control that whatever the tool that the customer are using for getting information, those all tool will deliver the same message. So there is a concept uh, of IMC, integrated marketing communication. The company should adopt this particular concept nowadays. So what is the meaning of IMC? IMC, the name itself refers that integrated means combination of marketing communication tools, combination of all the marketing tools or all the promotional tools available in the market in such a way, so that whatever the tool or whatever the element the customer will select in order to get information about any product or service, those all tool will deliver the same information to the customers all the time, and or all the time when the customer is going to them or going to interact with them. So that is all about the concept of IMC. Means being a service organization, they should adopt IMC concept nowadays, so they can ensure by adopting this particular concept that whatever the tool they will use, those all tool will deliver the same message to the customer, and by doing so they are also trying to make the knowledge of the customer more clear. In fact, and the customer will not in a state of confusion. This particular tool is giving different information, and I'm going to take information from internet, and I'm going to take information from my friends and my the store available of that particular service. Those different bodies or those different element promotional tools are giving different information. So there must be a coordination among all the available tools, so they should adopt this particular concept. So it can understood in a more clear way that why there is a need of coordination in marketing communication tools. As I told earlier that there must be a coordination among all the available communication tools, so that they all tool will deliver the same message. And why it is so? Because in order to fulfill the promises that the company has made to the customers. In fact, it is all about in the service marketing triangle. We have discussed it in the concept of role of employees in service delivery. The employees important role we have discussed, but now today we will discuss about the this concept from the promotional point of view. In fact, companies had made promises to the customers, and how they are making it with the help of the promotional tools like advertising, sales promotion, public relation, and direct marketing tools are available, communication tools are available, and through or by taking help of these promotional tools, the companies are basically making promises or communicating the promises to the customers, that if the customers are coming to if the customers will come to this particular company, they will get that particular benefit, whatever the promises that the company has done to them. And the company has also done certain promises to the employees, means proper communication is done, or the proper communication happens between the employees and the company, means whatever the company is expecting by offering a price or by making promises that they have done with the customers, that promise must be communicated to whom, to the employees, so that the employees will deliver the same thing, means they are the one who help the company in delivering the promises, whatever the promises that the company has done to the customer. These employees are helped employees basically help the company in fulfilling or in delivering the promises. And how it happens? Personal selling is all about a promotional tool in which the representative of the employees directly interact with the customers and communicate the things or communicate the service that the company is dealing in fact. Customer service centers, obviously there are certain centers. If the customer call to those centers, they accordingly customer query can be resolved by giving answers, and the employees will do the same. Service encounters are basically a type of interaction between the employees and the customers. If the customer is having any question, employees are giving the proper or appropriate answer, means they are basically working like a promotional tool, and they are just delivering the promise or delivering that particular message that the company basically wants to give, or that the company is giving to the customer. And the evidences that also supports the promises, or that also make the offering more stronger, because the customer will get a definition about intangibility, from where a customer will get that fulfill that promise. So there is an answer that you go to that physical place, or you just see the exterior designing or the amenities, you are able to understand that at that particular place I can fulfill my requirement, and the company is also fulfilling their its promises that has made to us. So now the next is what elements of promotion makes. In the earlier discussion we have seen that there is a coordination among all the available tools of promotion, so that all the promotional tools will give the same information to the customer. So what are those elements of promotion mix, or what are those communication elements that can be used, or that must be used by the companies in order to give information, or in order to make the promises to the customer. So these are basically the tools like advertising, personal selling, public relation, publicity, and sales promotion, direct marketing. These are basically the tools of promotion or the communication that is basically used by the companies in order to make the promises to the customers, means how the customers will know that this particular company is promising this particular benefit to me. Suppose Domino's is promising that if your pizza will not be delivered in 30 minutes, that will be free, that will be made free, available, free of cost in fact. So how a customer will get this particular fact? So by seeing the advertisement, or by seeing the banners, or by interacting with the representative of Domino's, they just get aware that this particular promise has been done by that particular firm if they they will not do. They will obviously fulfill their promises by making available that pizza free of cost. So these are the tools available in front of the service provider that can be used separately, or that may be used in a combination of the elements, so that the company can create more and more impact while making the promises to the customers. So what are these tools? Let's have a discussion one by one. Like the first one is advertising. Advertising is all about we can see the example given by Kotler and Armstrong. Advertising is any paid form of non-personal communication, presentation of any idea or any services by an identified sponsor. Why advertising is called a paid form? Because advertisement are created with the help of ad agency, and through media we as target audience get informed about the services or the things that the company are offering to them. So for taking help of ad agency as well as media, the company basically pays certain amount to ad agency and certain amount or to media. So that's why advertising is called a paid form, because the company, for giving information, the company basically pay or take help of two different business bodies with the help of money. So it is called a paid form. Non-personal, because there is no any face-to-face interaction between the company and the target audience. Through media we as customers get informed about the offered services. So it is called non-personal. And if we see the advertisement, what things will be seen by us? Obviously the presentation or the information about the proposed services or the ideas or the product that the company is going to offer to us. And by an identify or sponsor simply means we as customer also know about the company's name, about the manufacturer's name, that the which company has offered is offering these particular services to us. So that is all about advertising. Advertising is basically a paid form of non-personal presentation about the product, services or ideas by an identified sponsor. And it is one of the mean of promotion that gives the information uh, in very less time, but its impact is very basically more, means it covers the mass market. Because in shorter time duration you can ensure that your information is basically broadcasted or telecasted or informed, you are informing a mass level of customers in fact. So there, in every tool there are certain pros and cons associated with it, with this particular element. You as a service provider, you should understand, you just analyze the pros and cons of each and every element, and while using that particular element you should be very careful while using that. So if you are going to use advertising, there are certain strengths and weaknesses, or there are certain pros and cons for using this particular element. Like advantages of advertising is efficient for reaching many buyers simultaneously. Obviously by if you are giving advertisement on television or on that particular time period, you can be ensure or you can be confident that you are targeting a mass market or a mass chunk of customers, or you are informing a high level, or you are reaching a mass level of customer. So you can ensure this particular benefit by if you are taking help of advertising. It is one of the effective way for creating image or informing customers, because if you are using colors, you are using jingles, you are using celebrities, you are just portraying one story. Because in advertisement we see this particular fact and this particular thing in advertisement, so it looks very interesting. And it is one of the way for creating or for informing about the services to the customers. Is very, in fact you are using one of the effective mean for giving your information. Next one is flexible exposure. According to the usage or according to the frequency, you can change the level of frequency in fact, and you can also change or manipulate the content of your advertisement as per the change found in the scenario. Suppose we see the advertisement that after a certain time period there is certain changes done in that particular advertisement. Why it is so? Because the advertisement wants to give that message, that can hammer or that can match up the requirement of the customers as well. So there is a flexibility if you are going to adopt advertising according to situation, according to the changing need of the customer. You can somehow change your the content of the message, and also you can change the frequency, or you can change the time of the exposure of that advertisement, so that you can somehow save your money, and you can ensure that that advertisement is also creating or capturing or reaching out a mass level of market. A variety of media to choose from. Simply there are certain medias under advertising, like print media, electronic media, and outdoor media. According to your pocket, according to the affordability of the firm can adopt any one of the available media and combination of all the media. Either you can go for print, electronic, and outdoor. Print, if we talk about, with the help of newspaper and magazine, electronic, radio and television. If we talk about outdoor media like hoardings, banners, means for the passers by, or for those customers who are not having time to watch the television and reading newspaper. So by adopting outdoor media or the tools of outdoor media, you can somehow ensure that you are also informing those customers as well about your services in fact. So these are basically the pros of advertising. And if we talk about weaknesses or the cons of advertising, so reaches many people who are not potential buyer. In fact, out of the mass market, all the customer base or all the customers are not your likely buyer, those who will take interest in purchasing your product. So somehow this particular effort will not create that much of impact. Ads are subject to criticism. Sometimes some advertisement are basically criticized on certain level on social ground. Like if we talk about the advertisement of deodorant, in which nudity and sex related matters are basically presented. So sometimes advertisement are also criticized on some ground, and people just opposed to watch that. Time is short. Obviously for advertisement, you are also giving 30 seconds of time, and in 30 seconds you have to ensure that you are capturing or you are giving your information uh, to customers. So you are getting very less time for presenting. And generally television are not a tool for getting information. Basically we as customers, we as viewers watch television for uh, watching our favorite shows or favorite serials. We do not want to see in fact the advertisement or the commercials during the our favorite shows in fact. So people have a tendency to switch that particular channel to another channel, so that they just get entertained by viewing or by watching some other things of other channel. So it is also one of the practice or one of the behavior of customers as well. So you cannot ensure that your target customers are watching or getting that information. And cost is very high if you are taking help of advertising, if you are taking help using different medias like print, electronic and outdoor media. The cost of adopting or using these medias is very high. So the next one is what sales promotion. Sales promotion is all about, the name itself refers sales promotion, to promote the sales. And how it happens? Sales promotion are one of the mean of promotion in which short term incentives are given to the customers in order to increase the sales as well, and in order to promote the sale of that particular service in fact. And how and what practices, like you can offer discount, you can offer buy one get one, you can get some additional services, offers, lucky draw, sweepstakes. There are certain tools associated with sales promotion. There are certain strengths and weaknesses too, like strength is like short term, you are giving benefit for a shorter time period to the customer, so you do not basically lose your profit part. There are many tools available for sales promotion, so there is a flexibility to adopt any one of them. It is one of the advantage in fact. It is basically it can be applied for a shorter time period, so it is very effective in changing short term behavior of the customer, and very easy to uh, in comparison to other elements in order to communicate the things to the customers. Weaknesses are like if you are giving offers to the customer, somehow decreases or diminishing your brand image in fact. And these the whatever the tools you are using under sales promotion, these can easily be copied by your competitors too. Next one is public relation. Public relation is all about making relationship with public and simultaneously give information about the image of the firm and the practices of the firm, and simultaneously you are also giving information about the services that you are offering to the customers. There are certain benefits and uh, non benefits and weaknesses of that. Cost is very low, and media, whatever the things are information given by media, it can be trusted by customers as well very easily. And weaknesses is that sometimes you media may not cooperate with you in fact. And heavy competition you will have to face because your competitors are also taking help of media, and it may happen that they will promote your competitor too. And marketers are basically little control, or they do not they have less control in messages in fact. Next is personal selling. Personal selling is all about giving information about the services or the offerings to the customers with the help of employees, or with the help of representative of the firm face to face. Means they are directly interacting with the customers and giving information about the offerings or the services that the company are dealing in. Advantages are like you can reach to your suitable target customers with the help of your representatives. And representatives, because they are directly interacting with the customers, so accordingly they can influence or persuade the behavior of the buyers too. And it is a two-way communication, because whatever the customers are asking queries, accordingly your representatives are resolving those queries too. And weaknesses, if we talk about cost per contact, is very high, because you are hiring employees or the persons or the human resource from outside, and the recruitment or selection cost is and training cost is basically very high. And presentation skills may vary from one individual to another. Suppose you assume that all representative will behave the same way as one is doing, so it may happen that uh, whatever the person or the human resource that you have hired, they may act differently from one another. So it will also a challenge for you, that how you will influence them and how you will control them. Next is publicity. Publicity is all about non-personal communication, and it is a non-paid, because with the help of certain story and announcement and press conferences or photographs, films, you are informing customers about the offerings or the services that you are going to offer to the customers. These are basically the plus point, like less cost, credibility, and the fastest mean of communication, because it involves the huge number of genuine audiences. And the company can become popular overnight by going viral. Means suppose if the company of service is good, then automatically overnight they become popular among the customer group. And publicity help in building strong public relation in fact. And there are certain challenges that publicity, if it happens in a negative way, it can ruin your, or it can destroy your brand image in fact. Sales volume can automatically decrease if the brand image go on diminishing. And loyal customers, obviously your created customers or loyal customers can lose the trust in you, that you are not using or right practices for your customers. And there may be a chances that your competitors can take advantage of this particular thing. So you can use this particular approach for managing service promises, like create effective services advertising, coordinate your external communication tool, make realistic promises that you will really offer to the customers. And whatever the guarantees that you are offering to them, you just make realistic promises to them. So the overall goal should be, the service provider, is that whatever the delivery should be either equal or above the promises that the company has done with the customer base. So if you want to get more information, just go through these two books. And that's all in this particular topic. Thank you.